All right, so to start off with, here's our website, visit smithmountainlake.com. And if you have been here before, then this is going to be a refresher, but otherwise, the first tab here, the events tab, this is really handy to go through. This is our main of big events of the year, the events the chamber puts together to connect our chamber members with the community, and help get more leads for you guys. So it's always going to kind of be in order of which event is next. So Pancakes with Pirates, we just had this past weekend. So the next day or so, it'll move to the bottom of the list. But for each of the events that we do have sponsorship opportunities, which just help get your brand in front of the community a bit more. And to take a look at each of the web pages will give you a good idea as far as which event would be best for your brand to partner with. There will be photos of the past event to kind of give you an idea of what to expect. It also gives our community an idea of what to expect when they come to the event. So this, if you know much about Pirate Days at Smith Mountain Lake, it is as big, if not bigger, than 4th of July. It's always the third weekend of July. And it's usually from Thursday through Sunday. It's just a big pirate party everywhere in the lake. There's water battles. So many of the events have been super adult focused. So a few years ago, we started Pancakes with Pirates to have something a little bit more for the younger kids. And so this was a really good opportunity for chamber members to connect with families in the region and just have a really good time for the kids. So we had chamber members donate little items to give to the kids. So they each went away with a goodie bag. And we had like coffee house donated coffee for the event. And we had a lot of different businesses volunteering to help serve everything. And just a lot of families came out and had just a great time. So for this event, if you're trying to reach families with children in the home, this would be an amazing event to partner with us. Then of course, Wine Festival is a really big event that you'll be able to target a lot of folks outside of our immediate region. So with the Wine Festival, the majority of our marketing budget that we are advertising the festival, we're doing it outside the region to bring more folks in, visitors in, to help, boost the local economy a bit more. And then our women's night out, this is like a women's leadership conference. This is not just for chamber members. So it's available for the public, but this kind of gives you an idea of the event last year. So there's always going to be a motivational speaker to help teach us how to be the most professional and grow professionally or even personally. So that's a fun event. The Chili Festival is always the first Saturday of November. And we've got we always have a t-shirt for the event and some photos of last year. So that's a really fun event too. A lot of companies will put together they'll bring their team out to cook chili and let folks taste test and get bragging rights for who has the best chili. But a lot of companies choose to use their space for like an expo style table and just promote their brand or their organization rather than making chili. So there's a lot of opportunity there as well to connect with local families. And let's see, the Business Expo is always the first Friday of May. Let's see, give it a second. And we do have it scheduled for next year. It's again the first the first Friday of May at East Lake Community Church. And so this is another great opportunity to get your brand in front of the community. I would say the key demographic of folks coming to the Business Expo are 50 plus. So a lot of retired folks around the lake are there. There are definitely some families that come as well, but the majority are 50 plus. So if that's a demographic that you're wanting to reach, that's a good event to partner with as well. And then we have our golf invitational. It'll click. The invitational part of this golf tournament is that only chamber members are invited to attend. We are talking and hoping that we can maybe put together something that might be like a second golf tournament that is open for the public and not just the invitational. But we have a lot of really great photos, didn't get added yet, but this is a really, really fun event. We tend to sell out of teams to play the golf tournament within a couple weeks, and then sponsorships sell out really fast as well. Because this is probably, next to the wine festival, the most beloved event that we put together. I still kind of think the chili festival is my favorite, but but this is a lot of fun. Let's see. So down on the about, let's see, where do we want to go? Chamber Champions. This, just to give you an idea, we have a standard chamber membership, and then Chamber Champions is like an annual donation to our nonprofit. And as a thank you, we give a whole list of additional benefits throughout the year. So Chamber Champions, depending on what level they are, they get either gold, silver, or bronze. For example, a gold chamber champion wouldn't pay for a vendor booth at the business expo. They would also get 16 VIP tickets to the wine festival. They would be included in everything we do throughout the year. So you can still participate in everything without being a chamber champion. You would just do individually what you would want to do. But if that is something that you guys might be interested in for next year, open enrollment for next year's chamber champion begins this September, and it does go January through December. And then we promote our chamber champions at every event that we do. They're basically like a sponsor of a basic sponsor of the events, all the events we do, and they sponsor the weekly emails that we send out to all chamber members. So we do a lot of promoting for our chamber champions. They help us get started in the year to put a lot of these events on. We have to have some money at the beginning of the year to get started with things, so that really helps us out there. So that's at least an idea of what chamber champions are. Ambassadors, each chamber member is assigned an ambassador, and the ambassador really just helps connect you with other chamber members that maybe you don't know, or say, for example, hey Lisa, I just talked to some people who are just moving here. Let me give you their name because you'd be a great realtor for them. So, or maybe a newer company that really wants to work with realtors, maybe landscaping or something. And so they want to connect you with them. And so the ambassadors are kind of an extension of me. It's hard for me to get to every single chamber member every month. So our ambassadors kind of help that. So even though you'll receive the chamber email each week, your ambassadors will probably touch base with you once a month as well, just to make sure you saw what's coming up and giving you an extra invite to come to the events, networking and business after hours and such. So if you don't know who your ambassador is, let me know and I'll be happy to connect you. But hopefully you've already been reached out by your ambassador. So let's see. So we have also, this little visit SML. This is mainly for visitors, for vacationers, to give them an idea where dining, where they can lodge and shopping. But I'm going to go through now some things that you guys can add to. So in the news, this is press releases. So if you have a press release that you're sending out, you can log into your chamber account and you can add the press release on our in the news page as well. So I'll show you how to do that. And if you're not that familiar with writing a press release, we do have on our member resources page a press release template to kind of help you go through writing a press release. And I have on here a press release guide giving you some do's and don'ts for writing your press release that is pretty handy as well. Now let me try to get back to my tab. Let's see. Okay. So I'll show you how you can log into your account to add this. We also have a job postings page, and this page gets a lot of traffic when anybody, I think it's like 20 miles from the chamber office. If they Google jobs near me, ours is one of the very first ones that come up in an organic search. So anytime you have any positions open, available, even if your nonprofit needs some volunteers, you can absolutely put that here. And I'll show you guys how to do that in a bit. Hot deals, this would be specific things you have available. Maybe Lisa, for you, realtor, sorry, Lisa came in just after we started. So Lisa Settle with Settle and Land Realty. Did I say that right? So you could put maybe what, not an appraisal, what do you call it when you or is it when you assess somebody to sell their home? I'm so sorry. A free consultation of some kind. Okay. So you could put that here. You know, call me, we can see what your house is worth, you know, kind of thing. You could put that there. Trying to think, Al, with if you guys have a special on some of the sleep safe beds, you could put that here. It doesn't have to necessarily be anything discounted. You can put an item at your current cost. Or if you do have some kind of a special, that's fine too. You can feature something without it having to be a discount. Or if you want to put a specific listing in there because that's really worth seeing, you can absolutely do that as well. And so the hot deals page is for the public. We also have a member to member deals page as well, which I'll show you. We have so many chamber members that do have deals available just for other chamber members, and they do expire when you put them in this. You log into your account and add them, they expire at some point. So most of them have come off, and I just need to remind folks to put them back on. But for example, Rocky Mount Burger Company, he extends a 10% discount off your full tab to all chamber members. So being able to know, you know, which chamber members have things available are really helpful. And there's another chamber member we have, Advantage Merchant Systems. They do the credit card processing. Their monthly fee is usually $150 when it includes the swiping machine. But for chamber members, they discount it to $49 a month, including that swiping thing, because they know that chamber members will give much better referrals. So they significantly discount things. So something to think about. And anyone who does have something posted in the member to member deals is automatically included in this member spotlight. So just a heads up there. So it's good to always have something there. Let's see. The calendar of events. Anybody can add to our calendar of events. You don't have to be a chamber member, but if you are a chamber member, you have more options for formatting your text and adding photos. If somebody were to ask you, maybe a non-member or a nonprofit, and they want to add something, you would just come here to this plus button, and that would be how a non-member would add an event. But let me go back to the calendar. There is, yes. When you log into your chamber account, there's more options. That is one. I'm not sure if it is for the non-member option, but I'll show you that when we go through how to do that. Now, the calendar of events does default to this calendar view. You can click this grid view. I kind of prefer this view a little better because this is where an icon of your logo will appear, as well as a little blurb of what the event is. So it's kind of makes it helpful to kind of scroll through here and glance. Now, if this image here is the search results image, if you don't add an image in there, then it's just going to be typeset there. So when we go through that, be mindful of that. Directory. This is your business directory listing on our website. And because our website has been so well established for so many years, most people, when you have a listing on our site and then other folks Google your business name, we are like one of the first links that come up. So if you were to Google Venture Studio Hub, their listing on our site is the first thing that comes up on an organic Google search. And Debbie can probably attest to you. probably half of the calls we get all week are folks saying, oh, I didn't realize I was calling the chamber. I thought I was calling so-and-so, because they are going to the listing on our page. Let me pull one up. Or they'll Google it and then they'll click through to the business page. And so many folks are so used to just scrolling to the bottom of the page to find the phone number. And so they're seeing our phone number and calling us. And Seven Oaks Landscaping, they do not have a website. And so before I connected them with Google My Business, we got maybe 10 calls a week just for them, because there was no other place online to find them except for their listing on our site. And so then I showed them, hey, let's get you set up with a Google My Business where you can just click the button to call the business. And so now folks are calling them directly. So that's been a big help for them. But this is just an example of a business directory, and I'll show you one that's a little bit better. Give a little shout out to our facility host, Venture Studio Hub, which if you have not heard about Venture, where we are currently, this is a co-workspace. So folks who don't, maybe their business has previously been just out of their home, or like for me, because I use a desk here every now and then, our office is in Westlake, but sometimes I'm visiting chamber members in Roanoke and in Rocky Mount, and so I can stop here and use a desk, print things, and then get back out and visit other folks. But so this is their directory listing, has links here for your social, link to the website, info about us. If you have a video, or you can even include links to your website and images. These three things here, the video, highlights, and images, are only available for enhanced and higher membership levels. The basic membership level does not have these three options. And if you have a hot deal posted, there's going to be a tag on your chamber page, as well as if you have an event added, that will be a tag on that here. You also have the option to add digital business cards for everyone on your team on your page as well. And I'll show you how to do that. So now under this membership tab, if you hover over membership, I'll go down to member login. This is how you'll log into your account. And from here, I would suggest to just bookmark this page so you don't have to go through those steps each time. And once you then log in, I'm going to use Venture as our guinea pig for this. This is what your account would look like when you log in. If there is a balance, that will always appear in this top box. Otherwise, if it's not appearing there, but you know your membership is coming up, or you chose to be a sponsor of something and you want to go ahead and pay for that, you can hover over account settings, go down to billing, and then an invoice will appear here if there's something due. You can then click that to proceed. And then from here, you can add your credit card info and pay online. Now, if you enter an email address here, then a receipt will automatically go to you. But if you leave that blank, then you won't get one. And you would just hit that I agree and proceed with paying for that. So let me go back here. All right. So from the home screen here, to update your company info or your organization info, come over here to company info. And then from here, this is where you can edit anything here that you want. For address, some of our chamber members, they work from home, or their business is at home. If it's a landscaping company, they don't have a physical brick and mortar place for the public to come to. And if that's the case with you, then you'll leave physical address blank, and you'll just put the mailing address as far as the address we would send your invoice to. So mailing address is where invoices go. Physical is just that. So for here, we're using physical for both, but you, like for example, we would uncheck that, and you could change that if you need to. Let's see, and you can add this info if you'd like. Down here under billing contact, so Chris is the billing contact, and he can choose how he prefers to receive his invoices, whether he wants it printed and mailed to him, emailed, both is fine as well, but that's something that you can specify there. Now, let's see, if you want to see the employees who are currently on your account, under that company, you'll go to employees, and this will show you all employees added to your account, and you can add another one. So add another rep. There is an option here. If you want to grant them access to log into your account, just check this box here. Otherwise, if you would like to add an employee to your account so they receive weekly emails, but you don't want them to log in to make any changes, then just leave that checkbox blank. And then they'll be added, but not have access. Let's see. And for the digital business card that you guys saw, you would click the person's name to add that, and then come to photo. Let me go back to the other way. We had two in there for you, Chris. I'm not sure why. Let me go back. Employees. So click his name. And also alternatively, if you want to change any info for that employee, click the name and then you can edit that. And then from here, photo, and you can hit that plus to add a photo. And that way that will display the, let's see, was it this page? It'll display the photo on the digital business card on the directory listing here. Now, some folks don't want their photo there, and that's fine. You can use your logo, or you can do away with the digital business card altogether. But sometimes it's helpful for folks to kind of be able to personally connect with you, get an idea of who they're going to be talking to when they call. Just helps connect them a little bit better. Let's see. Now, for updating your directory listing, you would go to website information. That's your info on our website. I wish it were just called directory listing. So for the first bit of info, it's going to automatically pull that in from the organization tab. And that's usually good. So I would keep it that way. But if you want it to have different info, then you can uncheck this box and edit that. This is where you can add in links to your social, any social media that you have. Once you paste the link in here, make sure you select the checkbox, otherwise it won't actually appear. And then this is where you can update your description, the About Us section of your directory listing, a meta description, search results description. For driving directions, I usually suggest just leaving that blank because there will be a map that will appear that folks can click that and then go to directions. And for enhanced or premium level memberships, this is where you'll have bullets available for additional links to your website. And keywords are just that, anything that somebody might search in the search bar, this is what you want to appear if they search that. So you can add different things there. Let's see, go back up. Oh, I forgot logos. So under company, and then go down to logos. This is where you can add a page header. This size is usually about the same size as a Facebook cover photo size. So you can add that there, or some folks use a banner ad image to put there. It won't actually click through to anything. So sometimes I suggest not doing like a typical 728 by 90 banner ad because folks might assume they can click it. Doing something a little bit bigger like what Venture has here. And then you can add your logo, the member logo and search results icon. Put the same logo there. It's just appearing in different places, but I would recommend using the same logo there. And then photo, if you're at the enhanced or higher, this is where you can add a gallery of photos. The video does have to be a YouTube link. Unfortunately, if you have a Facebook video, that link won't work in here. It does have to be a YouTube. But that's how you'll add that if you're at that level. Let's see. So now how to add a hot deal. We looked at that. So you'll hit that hot deal button and it's going to show you here what others currently have running in hot deals. Sometimes it's helpful just to see what others are doing, wording that they might be using. This way you can preview it here without having to actually open it up on our site. But to get one started for you, you just hit that blue add SML hot deal button. And from here, you can fill out the form. Your text here, you can format the text a bit. So a lot of folks just type it in and leave it the same size it is. You can actually enlarge the text, which I would recommend. People skim and scan so much. So if you have the most important things bigger, bolder, maybe even a different color, then they can skim the page and still get the most important info that you're wanting them to get. So for hot deals and the member to member deals, there are two different date sections that you need to put in. So this offer date is just that, the date range that your offer is available. And then below here is the published date. So usually they will coincide, they'll be the exact same. But for example, if there's like a floral shop having a Mother's Day sale, the sale maybe is only the 2 days before Mother's Day, but they want to promote it a month in advance, then the dates would be different. The offer date does not default to anything. You have to actually add something in there to go on, but the published date does have a default to just a few days. So if you do not specifically change that end date, it will only run a few days. So make sure to do that. And then once you have this form filled out, you'll just hit submit for approval. That'll come to us, we'll approve it, and then it'll be live. And once it's live, you can then go to manage your hot deals if you need to make a change or an edit to it at all. And to do that, you would just click your deal and then make edits right there. And then you'll just hit save changes. Let's see. So member to member spotlight, I'll just show it quickly, but it is the exact same way as the hot deals. So the exact same type of form, the offer date, enter your logo, publish date. Let's see. So news releases, this is where you can add a press release to our site that you may have. And again, it's going to show you what other folks have already submitted, and you'll hit the add news release. I think it's thinking about it. There we go. And for the most part, you'll just hit the paste your entire press release in this body text here. You can add a meta description, add your logo. This contact info should be the person that you want media folks to reach out to with questions. So say for venture, maybe Chris entered this, but Priscilla is the one that the press needs to interview or call for more info or photos. So then that's the person that you'll list here. And then again, just hit submit for approval, and then we'll review that and get it added. Job postings, very similar, but just slightly different. You'll hit that add job postings. The date on here is what's different. So you'll add the info in for the position you have available. Job postings run a calendar week at a time. So it really doesn't matter which day of the week you click, it'll add that whole week and you'll see the date range added here. I typically suggest setting it up for about 6 months. You can always go in and remove it if you fill the position, but then that way it doesn't expire before you have filled the position. You can put that image, your logo is what I would suggest, and then hit submit for approval. Let's see. So for calendar of events, hit this calendar up here and then just hit add event. This is the one that you have the most options. You'll be able to format text there, add your location, add all of this info, but you also have the ability to add even more photos than really anywhere else. So you can add a header, cover photo, and both of these would be your same logo, just appears different places. You can even add a gallery of photos. For example, like with our Pancakes with Pirate events, it's really helpful for folks to kind of see what to expect with the event. So if it's an event that you're going to be doing that you've never done before, make sure you take plenty of pictures so that when you post it in the future, you can show folks what they can expect. You can even include a video. And again, that would be helpful if you, during your event, take some kind of a video. You can even edit it to where you don't hear any specific people talking, but you can just put a music over it. But just to give folks kind of an idea of what your event might be. And then again, just hit submit for approval, and that'll come to us. Let's see. One thing I forgot to mention earlier on our site, even though there is a send email button, we do not publish any of our chamber members' email addresses on our site. So when the public clicks that send email button, it will be a form fill that will go directly to the primary rep on the account. However, on your chamber account, you have access to the full directory of all chamber members. So in here, you can type in, you can type in a business that you're wanting to connect with. I'm just going to click this one at the top. And it will show you here their email address. You can click the rep tab and see the different reps on their account and contact them as well. So we do ask you to just safeguard this info. Don't use this to spam people with sales emails, but use it for networking as it's intended. But that is available there. And under reports, this is where you'll be able to see how many page views your directory listing has had. You can also come to referral report to see how many folks have clicked that send an email through your directory listing. So a copy of it will always be saved here for you as well. So that's always handy to see. And I think, let's see, is this news? That just kind of gives an overview of how many items are currently on our site for those things, for hot deals, for member to member spotlights, press releases, and what have you. So that is kind of the gist of what I wanted to show everybody. So you do have a lot of options to log into your account to promote your business or organization and connect with other chamber members. Does anybody have any questions for me right now? Nope. All right. Well, I went 7 minutes over than I had intended. Sorry about that. But we can take some time now to go through your account, log into the account, update your directory listing, and I'll be here, and Debbie as well, and we can help you guys with any questions you have, and go ahead and get it pounded out now while you're here. Does anybody on Zoom have any questions?
Erin, this is Kathy. I need my login information.
Okay, I can send that to you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let me write that down real quick so I don't forget.
This is very helpful, Erin. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Yes, Erin, thank you very much.
And to you all here as well, if you don't have your login info, let me know. I can quickly send you an invite to create your login credentials.
Thank you, Lauren. Erin, this was great.
Good. I'm so glad you guys could come.
Fantastic.
I am going to well, let's see, let me pull it up. I'll email all of you who are currently on Zoom. Sorry, let me share my screen again. I had packets for folks here, and I'll send you this link, and just for you all here as well, this member resources link has step-by-step how-to instructions to do the things that I showed you. And so your packets in here have these as well. And this sheet, there's a QR code. This will take you to that member resources page. And then I also have a media guide cheat sheet. Whenever you post anything on Facebook, here's just a few tips to help make the most of your posts. So you can tag the chamber Facebook. We have 2 different Facebooks, and you can tag those in any of your posts that you make. And there's also some other local groups that you can share your posts to as well, just to get more eyeballs on your messages as you put them out. So that will be helpful as well. And those of you on Zoom, before you jump off, I'm gonna write your names down real quick so I can email this packet over to you.